In a crowded classroom filled with noise, laughter, and endless conversations, there sat a boy who felt completely invisible. His name was Samir. He was not weak in studies. He was not someone without dreams. His mind was full of ideas and questions about life. But his voice was trapped somewhere deep inside him. Every morning when he entered college, he made a silent promise to himself. Today I will speak in English. Today I will not remain silent. But promises are easy in imagination. Reality is different. As soon as he saw confident students talking freely, his heartbeat became faster. His throat felt dry. His thoughts became tangled. English did not feel like a subject anymore. It felt like a wall between him and the world. During discussions, he chose silence. During presentations, he prayed his name would not be called. When teachers asked questions, he lowered his eyes. He could understand English movies. He could read simple articles. He could even write basic sentences. But speaking in front of people felt like standing under a bright spotlight with nowhere to hide. One afternoon in the college canteen, he overheard students discussing their future. They were talking about careers, traveling abroad, meeting new people. Samir felt a quiet pain in his heart. It was not that he had no dreams. It was that he felt his dreams were locked behind his fear of English. That day he realized something important. His real problem was not language. His real problem was confidence. Fear had slowly built an invisible cage around his personality. English had become the lock. Days passed without change, until one day the English teacher announced an activity. Every student had to come forward and introduce themselves in English. Samir's world started shaking. When his turn came, he stood in front of the class. 30 faces were looking at him. His mind became blank. After a long silence, he said only one line, "My name is Samir." Then he sat down quickly. For others, it was a small moment. For him, it felt like failure. That evening, he walked home feeling deeply disappointed. He started believing he was not made for confident communication. But life often changes direction when we least expect. At first, some students laughed at him. But Arjun laughed louder. He behaved as if mistakes were normal steps in learning. Samir was surprised. One day, he finally asked him, "Aren't you afraid people will judge your English?" Arjun smiled and said, "People judge confidence more than grammar." That sentence stayed in Samir's mind like an echo. From that day, he started observing Arjun carefully. He noticed that confident communication was not about difficult vocabulary. It was about attitude. Arjun used simple words but strong energy. He smiled while speaking. He looked into people's eyes. He focused on connection, not perfection. Inspired by this, Samir decided to change one habit. Every day, he would speak one small sentence in English. Just one. The first day, his voice was shaking. The second day, he forgot words. The third day, he made grammar mistakes. But something beautiful was happening. Fear was slowly losing its power. During a group discussion about dream careers, he gathered courage and spoke. "I want to become a teacher because I like helping people learn." His sentence was simple. But for the first time, people listened. Someone smiled. Someone asked him a question. For the first time, he felt included. That small moment became a turning point. He realized social confidence is not built in big speeches. It is built in small participation. Weeks later, he volunteered at a college event where he had to guide guests in English. At first, he was terrified. Slowly, the classroom transformed. Silence turned into discussion. Fear turned into laughter. Years later, Samir stood on a big stage giving a motivational seminar. Hundreds of people were listening. He told them that English is not only a language of communication, it is often a language of social courage. He said confidence is not gifted. It is built by ordinary people who act despite fear. Loud applause filled the hall. That night, under the open sky, he smiled quietly. His journey had taught him one beautiful truth. Social confidence is not a destination. It is a lifelong journey. Even today, he sometimes feels nervous. But fear is no longer his master. Fear has become his teacher. And somewhere in another crowded classroom, another silent student may be listening to this story. Maybe that student will decide to speak one brave sentence. Maybe another life will change. Final powerful message. If English is stopping you from being socially confident, remember this. Your voice becomes powerful not when grammar becomes perfect, but when courage becomes stronger than fear. Speak with simple words. Speak with mistakes. Speak with honesty. Because every time you express yourself, you are not only learning a language, you are building a personality the world will notice. One day you will realize English did not only change the way you speak, it changed the way you live.